Hi everybody! Today we're gonna continue and probably finish off the Pac-Man game we started off last week. As promised, we will add those shiny balls which are the superpowers, and when Pac-Man takes them he can eat the ghosts and they will be hidden for a while. I'm also going to add new levels and obviously an end to the game. But before that I'm going to adjust some little things, which is something I didn't do last time, and will make the game a little bit better. So if you are ready, let's get started. Well, to begin with, let's go to the ghosts. And probably you remember that we said that when they appear, they go to a random position, but making sure they are not touching blue color, obviously, because they are walls, and they are not touching Pac-Man. But they could not be touching Pac-Man, but appear very close to Pac-Man, and you lose as soon as you start playing. So instead of not touching Pac-Man, we're gonna make sure the ghosts appear far from Pac-Man. For that, we're going to take a greater than, and in sensing, we're going to put distance to Pac-Man greater than 150. And this way we make sure that they always appear far from Pac-Man. And it might not work because Pac-Man appears at the same time the ghosts do. So we're gonna make sure the ghosts appear a little bit later. So we're going to add a small delay here, like 0.1. That's enough, or 0.5 if you want to make sure that that never happens again. Okay? That way we have Pac-Man, and later on the ghosts appear, and obviously they appear far from it. Okay? So that's one adjustment, and the other one is also in the ghosts, and it has to do with this. Probably you remember that in the last video we had something like this. But that is a problem because this, combined with point towards Pac-Man, makes the ghosts not to move horizontally or vertically anymore. Because when they point towards Pac-Man, the direction is like diagonal. In a diagonal direction, if you turn 90 degrees, it's going to point in another diagonal direction. If it turns 180 degrees, it's going to go backwards, diagonal direction again. So instead of using this, we're going to use this. Point in direction instead of turn, and it's going to point in direction 90 multiplied by one of these numbers. Why? The explanation is the same. If the random number is -1, 90 multiplied by -1 is -90, which is exactly that direction, so to the left. If the random number is 0, 0 multiplied by 90 is 0, and that direction is this. If it is 1, 1 multiplied by 90 to the right, and if it is 2, 2 times 90 is this, okay? So with this block we make sure that after touching the walls, the ghosts again go in a vertical or horizontal direction. And having adjusted this, we're going to create the superpowers. So let's make a sprite. Well, this is victory defeat. I want to give names to the sprites. So well, let's take some color. And now let's go to code, and we're going to place these superpowers. As we usually do, we're going to make a block so that they run without screen refresh and are created automatically, like the food. Create superpowers. And they're going to do this. Well, first of all, they're going to hide. We're going to hide the original sprite. And they are going to go to the corners. As these corners are blocked, instead of going to the corners, we're going to go to those positions. So this is -195, y164. So we go to this position and we create a clone of myself. Let's take 3 more of it. After this, it's going to go here or it could go here as you prefer. Okay, I'm gonna put it here. And that position is this. To round it, we can put this. And here we can put this as well. And create clone of myself. Then it's going to go here, which is this. And create clone of myself. And now it's going to go here, which is this. And create clone of myself. When I start as a clone, show. And also, apart from showing, we're gonna make it change color constantly. So forever change color effect by 10. And as we usually do, when green flag clicked, it's in my blocks, create superpowers, which is this. Let's see. Okay, you see them? Alright. And also they should have that if touching Pac-Man, we activate the superpower. So, if touching Pac-Man, we're going to activate the superpower, which is a variable we're going to create. So let's make this variable superpower. Let's say that 0 is this means that the superpower is deactivated, is not activated, is not enabled, and 1 means the superpower is activated. So if touching Pac-Man, set superpower to 1, so at the beginning we're gonna set superpower to 0, and also we're gonna broadcast a message to make sure the other sprites are aware of the superpower being activated. So broadcast superpower. So in Pac-Man, we will put, let's take an if else, and let's put if superpower is activated. So if superpower equals 1, Pac-Man is also going to change color so that the superpower is evident, but else we're gonna set color effect to 0. We're gonna pass this to the ghosts. So let's go to the ghosts and let's put it here. If superpower is activated, change color effect by 1 and set color effect to 0. But obviously the ghosts have to do many more things. And why? Because we said that if they are touching Pac-Man, we have to broadcast defeat. But now, not always when touching Pac-Man we have to broadcast defeat, because if the superpower is activated, when touching Pac-Man, something different will happen for sure. So we need an AND here, and we will say if touching Pac-Man and superpower is not activated, oops, where is it? Okay, it's here. If touching Pac-Man and superpower is not activated, okay, you broadcast defeat. But what happens if touching Pac-Man and the superpower is activated? So let me duplicate this and put it here. Okay, if touching Pac-Man and superpower is activated, we are not going to broadcast this, we're going to do something else. We're going to hide the ghost, and it's gonna wait hidden until the superpower is deactivated. So it's here. Wait until superpower equals 0. And after that, we're going to show it. But it's not going to appear where it was before, because if Pac-Man is passing by that place, it's going to kill it. So we're going to repeat this. Let's get rid of it, obviously. And we're gonna reuse this. So after this, hide, wait until superpower is 0. And after that, go to a random position, making sure it is far from Pac-Man. And after that, we show it. There's something else we can modify, which is this. Well, let me right click clean up blocks because we have a lot. And yes, it's about this. Remember we said that the ghosts are gonna be pointing towards Pac-Man and waiting for 1 second and again point towards Pac-Man. They're going to try to catch it. But when the superpower is activated, it doesn't make sense because the ghosts are not gonna be willing to get closer to Pac-Man because they're going to die. So this is going to happen only when superpower is 0, is not activated. So only in this case, okay, the ghosts are gonna be pointing towards Pac-Man. Okay, let's try the game. We can do this. They tend to come towards us. If I take this. Oh, didn't I delete the clone? Let's see. Yeah, I didn't. Okay. Obviously, delete this clone after setting superpower to 1 and broadcasting superpower. And I have realized another thing that we have to do. We are broadcasting superpower so that, and I'm gonna put it in backdrops, when I receive superpower, I'm going to wait for 8 seconds, which is the time the superpower is going to last, and after that we're going to set superpower to 0. So now let's try the game again. I catch it. Okay, and now it stops and we can continue. Then they are pointing towards me again. Let's see if they come. Yes, they come. Okay, perfect. So finally, as we said, we're going to create some more levels. I'm gonna go to backdrops. This is going to be, let's say, level 3, for example. We're gonna make a level 4, which is gonna be even more complicated with more walls. And to create the walls in the correct place, as you know, I'm going to restart the game, but I'm gonna make sure the ghosts are not created. Let me clean up here. I'm not gonna create the ghosts. Okay, I only want to see this. I'm gonna hide the superpower as well. And now I go to backdrops, and in this second backdrop, I'm gonna make it like more close. Oh, what's that? Solid and this blue. Okay. Okay, more or less this could be level 4, and I'm gonna make level 2. In level 2 I'm gonna eliminate some walls, most of the walls actually. Okay, it could be this way or maybe this. Alright, that's level 2. And level 1 is gonna have no walls, only this for the score. Obviously here there will be more dots, okay, there will be more food, but there is a lot of space to run away, so I don't think that's gonna be a difficult level. So after creating the levels, well, I'm gonna add one more level, which is not gonna be a level, this is gonna be the end. And here I'm gonna copy the black square, I'm gonna eliminate everything and paste the black. Here is where we're going to see the message of victory or you won or whatever. So let's make sure it works. Well, here in the code of the backdrop, when green flag clicked, we're going to switch backdrop to level 1, and we're gonna broadcast new game. So, when is food going to be created? When it receives new game. When I receive new game. When is Pac-Man going to be replaced and start moving? When it receives new game. So whenever we start a new game. And we also have to put that here. When I receive new game. When are the ghosts going to be created? By the way, I have to put it here. When I receive new game as well. I don't think I have to change any other things here. Not for the moment. Here, well, there's nothing to do. And the superpowers, the same. They will be created when I receive new game. Let's go to food. And what happens if I broadcast victory? Well, we're gonna go to next backdrop, and we're gonna go to next backdrop before we broadcast victory. Okay. So when score equals food, which means, as I said, we've eaten all the food. There's no more food in the screen. Next backdrop and broadcast victory. What is victory going to do? Well, this victory we made was for the end of the game. So if backdrop number equals 5, okay, this victory, you know. But what happens if backdrop number is different from 5? What happens if not backdrop number equal to 5? We're not going to switch costume to victory. We're going to switch costume to level up. So let's create it. Duplicate. Level up. Let's enter it. So in this case, we switch costume to, well, the name is Victory 2, but it's level up. We're going to do the same thing, and we're going to wait for like 1 second until we broadcast new game. Let's see if it works. Okay, that's the first. All right, level up, and now we start here. Alright, as you see it works, but I forgot to hide level up. So here, after broadcasting new game, we have to hide it. And that's the only thing we had to do. And to finish off this video and the game, what you could do is add sounds. For example, when food touches Pac-Man, we can play the sound pop, which is here. Okay, start sound pop. And also you can add some more sounds. For example, I don't know, here, I'm gonna make it smaller. I can go to sound, to the sound library, and there's a sound called loose that we can play when we broadcast defeat. Look. Okay, so those are some of the things you can do. You can also add some sounds as a background music to make the game, I mean, more attractive and more professional, but that's up to you. Well, and one more thing you could do, I'm not gonna complete it, but I'm gonna explain to you what you could do to make it better. As you see, when you lose, you have to start the game from level 1. If you're in level 4, well, that's something players wouldn't like. So you can do one thing. After broadcasting defeat, well, you can wait for 1 second, and then you can broadcast a message called play again. After broadcasting play again, you can create here a sprite which says play again, and in the code, when this sprite clicked, we're going to broadcast new game, new game. And broadcasting new game, if we are still in level 4, we're gonna start the game again in level 4, okay? And obviously, this sprite should hide when green flag clicked and should show only when I receive play again. In this case, it should show, and you could add an animation and whatever you want. All right? Okay, guys, this is the end of the video. I hope you liked the game. I hope you enjoyed this short series of Pac-Man. As I usually tell you, use your creativity and imagination to add more levels or more improvements, and please share the links with me because I love seeing your games. Okay? See you guys. Bye bye.